tantrum, a professor at Hunter College getting violent with pro-life students. I'm Christine Persichetti. Shalene Rodriguez has since been fired, but that didn't happen right away. Instead, this teacher tantrum ended with her and a machete chasing down a reporter. But let's start from the beginning. The incident you just saw happened earlier this month when Students for Life, an anti-abortion group, set up an information table inside Hunter College. Shalene Rodriguez approached the students manning the table and went off.
You shake hands in class.
We're just educating people.
You're not educating. This is propaganda. What are you gonna do? Like anti-trans next? Is that what you're gonna do next?
I mean, no, we're talking about abortion.
This is this is violent. You're triggering my students.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No, you're not. Because you can't even have a baby. So you don't even know what that is. You don't even know what this is. Get this out of here, yo.
And that's not the end of it. Hunter College said they were looking into the incident after that, but they didn't fire her right away. Things were quiet until the New York Post sent a reporter to Rodriguez's house for her side of the story. But when he got there, she threatened him with a machete. In a video, she holds the machete to the reporter's neck and says she's going to chop him up. Shortly after that, Rodriguez was fired. Hunter College released a statement saying Hunter College strongly condemns the unacceptable actions of Shalene Rodriguez and has taken immediate action. Rodriguez has been relieved of her duties at Hunter College effective immediately and will not be returning to teach at the school. It was surely a frightening incident for the pro-life students who were just trying to pass out information. Joining us now is one of those students. Sydney Borland actually attends NYU, but was helping her Students for Life friends at Hunter College that day. Hi, Sydney.
Hi.
So, Sydney, that video has been viewed more than 1 million times. Tell us what happened in the moments before. You know, what set the professor off?
Yeah, so we had just reached a break in the flow of students coming to our table, and we could kind of see down the hallway this woman approaching us very quickly, and she came right up to our station, and she didn't say anything at first, just scanned the information for maybe 2 seconds, and then proceeded to look us in the eye and say, "Who let you in here?"
So what's going through your mind when the professor started cursing and throwing things off the table?
Yeah, it was a little scary. I had never had this happen to me before, so I was a little frightened naturally, but also kind of sad knowing that at this moment we weren't going to be able to have a conversation with her, which is what we were there to do, was to have good conversations with people. And at that moment, we knew we weren't going to get that anymore.
Now, why were you allowed to be there? Did you get permission from the college?
Yeah, so Students for Life was a branch with Hunter College's Catholic Students Association, and they got permission from Hunter College to let us be there.
Okay, now the union that represents faculty and staff at the City University of New York was standing by Shalene Rodriguez after the table incident, saying her actions were fully justified. In a letter, they wrote, Rodriguez approached the display, constructively critiqued the group members, and eventually physically took down items from the table. What do you think when you hear that? Is that an accurate description of what took place?
Definitely not. Constructively critiqued us. We would have been open to open conversation, but cursing us and throwing our materials everywhere without even looking at them and asking us questions that were related to what we were tabling on, that would have been much more constructive.
Now, you say the professor wasn't the only one to harass you. Describe to us how one student reacted to your display.
Yeah, there was a student who actually came up and took 2 of our fetal models and put them in her mouth and proceeded to chew them. And the student then walked away, and then they came back later with the fetal models impaled through chicken wire, and there was red colored on them, and there was a sign saying abortion is healthcare and calling us fascists.
Wow. So tell us, what were some of the things that you were handing out to the students?
Yeah, we were handing out some of the statistics that have come out since the chemical abortion pill has been put into CVS and made available, and how many women have died, and what actually happens during a chemical abortion. That whole process was some of the resources we were handing out, as well as pregnancy resources for women who are pregnant and where they can get those.
So we're seeing all of the negative reaction. Was there some positive reaction to what you were handing out?
Yeah, there were many people I had conversations with who actually tried to get away from the people who were being a little louder and more aggressive, and they'd come over to me and be like, I actually just want to talk with you about it. And I'm like, sure, let's have a conversation. No one personally changed their mind, but you can see the wheels turning in their heads as they're being introduced to new topics that they might have not thought of before.
Right, and that's so important. So how do you feel moving forward after this? Will this incident prevent you from speaking your mind on a college campus?
Definitely not. Despite it being scary, and a college should be a place for open discussion and discovery of the truth itself, I think that this is so important to keep doing, especially because you can see people are deeply hurt by this issue, and you can't just leave that unsaid, and the truth still needs to be discussed.
Absolutely. Sydney Borland with Students for Life, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you.
To read more about this incident and to learn more about Students for Life's mission, just head to thetablet.org. And that is Currents News. I'm Christine Persichetti. We'll be bringing you abbreviated newscasts for the next few weeks, but as always, we are still committed to putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.